spaceship. You can take away my space suit. You can even take away my space lasers. But you can never, ever take away my space game.
MMOR Goat just resubscribed for 35 months.
Hello! Welcome to the Astropub, your space bar at the end of the universe. Sit back, relax, enjoy the show. We got a good one for you. How y'all doing? Sorry for starting a little late. I had a bunch of stuff I had to do. All of it's done, though, which is nice. And for those of you who are... There we go. There we go. What do I think of the salvage changes? I think they're great. I don't use salvage, so I don't know. Let's take a look at them real quickly while I'm downloading the PTU. I gotta do this real quick. Trying to find the actual. I thought they had posted about it, but I guess they didn't post about it. I thought they had posted about it on Spectrum of like the breakdown of what was actually happening with the stuff. Suddenly, this nothing patch is becoming something. It has became something. It's still a nothing patch. I absolutely love all of you equally, but the reality is that salvage is a small fucking niche. I know salvage isn't supposed to be a gold mine. It was in 317, but it seems like they keep stepping away from viability as a revenue source. Everything is going to be like that, y'all. All of your special snowflake, very yellow. Oh, that's because I haven't, because it reset itself again. There we go. Oh, salvage stuff? Have you not heard that they've made some major changes to salvage?
You can take away my spaceship.
Spaceship.
You can take away my space suit.
Suit.
You can even take away my space lasers. But you can
never,
ever take away my space game.
The Space Bee just resubscribed for 6 months. Evening.
Thank you so much for that 6 months of support there, Space B. You're very important, Pepper, very impressive, Mr. Very pedestrian. This is your father return drinking night. Shots and cheers in chat, y'all. Shots and cheers. Apollo cargo variant, perhaps? I've heard rumors. That seems weird. I don't know where I've heard that. I've never heard that rumor. Like here's the reality. Every single game loop is going to get nerfed into the ground. If you're looking to make a shit ton of money, just don't. Because CIG is going to very clearly try to make you all poor as shit. Yeah. The problem, Fun Detective, shut the fuck up, Acton. Can anyone tell me why after 4 months of CIG doing nothing, minables are still broken? I mean, you just answered the question. And how are minables broken? You're talking about like mining gadgets? Especially Atlas geomining? I don't know what you're honestly you're talking about. We literally last week were using Atlas geos to go mining. Because they're working on rebuilding minables? I'm sure that's true too. Yeah, Hermes is a data runner, not a...
Welcome to the ASOC Vehicle Retrieval System.
They mentioned there was going to be a variant of a new released ship, but they didn't explain what it was. Hey, Galactic Elf. I was mining for a large portion of last night and it was working fine. Yeah, some people just really want to play solo forever when this game was always a focus on group play and multiplayer. I don't have a salvager, so I'm not going to be doing any salvage. I'm just going to play around and see what it's like right now. You know, I'll do the, let's do the, I have it here? I probably don't. Because it's in the other one. Alright, so we'll use the next best thing. There.
Your vehicle has been placed for Citizencon.
Need the core. I'll go get the core and stuff a little bit later. My guess for an IAE light up, Paladin, Proceus, and RSI Salvager. It's really weird that they have all of those other ones that we've seen from that leak, that they wouldn't be there at all. But they could have been fake.
Welcome to the ASOC Vehicle Retrieval System.
Oh, so they've data mined out the Hermes, is what you said? Let me look at my sauce. My sauces. Oh, yeah. No, that's 100% true. They actually have the... They don't just data mine it. They have the fucking, like, images of it. They have the model for it. So that's one of them.
Your vehicle has been physically.
No, Shadowstalker, like, it is legitimately just a hard cargo hauler. It's CIG is bad at naming. That's all it is. I'm looking at the model right now that they data mined. It's a hauler. Paladin, I think, is definitely gonna be a Citizencon. My guess is an elevator. These aren't variants in the classic sense of variants. These are variants in the sense of like new ships that they've sort of redone the model on just a little bit, but use a lot of the same resources. They're effectively brand new ships. Holby at Citizencon? No, absolutely not. Holby is still in White Box. The frame sits real low, so I don't know if they can drop the cargo down. The cargo areas may need to come down, come out as well, or they just increase the. They change the landing gear so it's a little higher.
It takes all of us
I'm sure they'll talk about the Perseus at Citizencon. It sounds like it's pretty much done,
and report positive.
based off of the monthly reports. Nautilus hasn't been touched in, like, forever. How do you open the channels you follow on Twitch now? If you go to Twitch's main site, it'll be a top left, you'll see following. So if you're looking at there, at the top left, you'll see following, and then next to it is browse. You click the following, it'll show you everyone who's following. You can choose overview, live, videos, categories, and channels. So like right now, the top person I have who's streaming, who I follow, is Sequisha. Then Katie, then Burks, then Pasty, then Wavy, then Space Cutlet, then Bog, Banelish, Aimless, Daniel the Demon, Anton. Ooh, Anton's playing Star Citizen. Huh, haven't seen him do that in forever. Moist. Wasted Space, Bub Talks.
You can take away my spaceship.
Spaceship.
You can take away my space suit.
Suit.
You can even take away my space lasers. But you can never, ever take away my space game.
Northern Techher just resubscribed for 10 months. We streaking now for no good reason now.
We streaking now for no good reason. I'm not streaking. I've got a suit on. Thank you so much for that 10 months of support. You're very important, Papa Van, Precipice, Rainy Pedestrian. You rock. Shots and cheers in chat, y'all. Shots and cheers. So I got a suit on. Should need to get a armor and such. Do you really think the whole bee will appear at Citizencon? No. Where are you guys getting this from? I don't think the whole bee will appear at Citizencon. Like for sale. Did someone say that I said that? No, the whole bee is being worked on in white box. So they'll probably update a little bit in terms of like what the whole bee is like, but
Them biddies.
Did you see the nerfs to the Jerichos? Maybe I do not want them on my Shrike anymore, big sad.
I didn't see that, no. Thank you for them biddies.
Take away my spaceship.
Spaceship.
You can take away my space suit.
Suit.
You can even take away my space lasers.
No pews.
But you can never,
Never.
ever take away my space game.
Oh, it's called the Hermes.
Iris Dread Tide just resubscribed for 33 months.
Thank you so much for that 33 months of support there. You're very important Papa Van, Precipice, Rainy Pedestrian. This your fault. You're drinking night. Shots and cheers in chat, y'all. Shots and cheers. Have you seen that whoever owned the Star Citizen website URL is finally for sale? Why doesn't CIG bother acquiring it? Do you know? They probably don't know. Because the question is also, is it actually for StarCitizen.com? Is that actually for sale? Because before, they basically squatted on it and asked for like $1 million for them to sell it to them.
Them biddies.
Or maybe this is a sign they are getting ready to add them to my Shrike. Not like this.
Yes, they're going to be adding it to your Shrike. Let's see, it's probably not good. There you go. All right, no, I'm gonna go get that at the cargo center. Let's go do that real quick.
Welcome to Iron North Tower.
Shut up! Let me listen to this.
Business development. Please consult any of our associates for help or rental opportunities.
Oh, this is an old one.
Welcome to Iron North Tower, Area 18's premier centre for business development. Please consult any of our associates for help or rental opportunities.
Yeah, so someone purchased it and put it up for sale for that $200,000 for like that they've owned that they did that for years because CSG fucked up and didn't get it beforehand. Yeah, that's news in the game. That's Harriman. I don't know his first name, but that's played by Jared.
Tram now leaving the station. Stand clear.
Hey, Paul, question. Why do you need a whole captain's table to say nothing? Because the algorithm likes it. and I want to stay on the algorithm's good side. And you'd be surprised how many people like stick their head in the sand and don't actually know what's going on at Citizencon. They only show up at once in October for Citizencon, once in November for IAE, and then once again for Invictus. Plenty of people just basically fuck off and show up 3 times a year. So they want to know more about that information. So. It's going to be a little bit later than usual because Ferrister and Solus had other obligations, so they weren't going to be able to make it until later in the day.
You can take away my spaceship. You can take away my space suit. You can even take away my space lasers. But you can never,
Ever
take away my space game.
Victura just resubscribed for 61 months. Lieutenant.
Thank you so much for that 61 months of support. You're very important, Pumper. Very impressed, Mr. Rainy Pedestrian. This is your fault that you're trying to drink a night. Shots and cheers in chat, y'all. Shots and cheers. How you doing, Victoria? No, Paul. The answer is because Lord Daddy wills it so. Yeah. Hey, Paul. Do you think they're ever gonna add a Kilrathi or a lookalike to the verse? Would be cool if they did to have the same universe. Probably won't, because they don't own it. It's still owned by EA. I don't know if the rumor, that's an actual rumor. It's just like people, EA is being purchased by a private entity, so almost certainly they're going to sell off a bunch of their old IPs because they have no use for them.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Your vehicle has been delivered. Please visit us again.
It has been purchased, yeah. But now they're in the process of figuring out what to do with it. Well, that trip with Spaceport is smooth as fuck. How many frames? You must be running a decent rig. I get like 20 here. My GTX 1080 chugs along. Yeah, I've got a 9070 XT, and for my CPU, which is more important, is a Ryzen 9800 X3D. So, like, I've got the best of the best of the best that you can have. You think Chris Roberts will attempt to get Wing Commander IP back if it's up for sale? Yes, 100%. Will he use Star Citizen funds? Yes. If CIG has a chance to, they will 100% purchase Wing Commander. No, I think the best he'll do is he'll make Wing Commander. He'll make a Wing Commander like using Star Engine. Probably do like a updated Wing Commander. How many microtransactions did EA sold for? 1. And like, you gotta understand, chat. This isn't a situation of like, They, like some private investor purchased it. It's the Saudi royal family purchased it. The Saudi government purchased the company. With other investors, but the major investors is the Saudi royal family. I think that's how the oil business I see. Xander, if you haven't been paying attention, the Saudis have been buying a fuck ton of entertainment properties. Over the last several years, they purchased pretty much all esports teams. They've, oh gosh, well, there's a couple other things. They bought the entirety of the NFL flag football. Again, MSB gave Jared $2 billion after his people who did their due diligence said not to. Yeah, because he's the son-in-law of the President of the United States. Like, whatever he says goes. So that's why people seek him, because, like, that's the kind of government we live in. I'm not gonna get political, but it's just like, that's just obvious. Everyone knows that. You're really stupid if you think otherwise.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
To be honest, it's also not all that different from how things actually work in reality. I thought I pulled my landing gear up. I did.
Shield system online.
Think Saudi Arabian company is planning to buy that American wrestling company? WWE? Yeah, probably. So Astro Join, what's your mission right now? Right now I'm testing out the new, I'm gonna test out the new tractor beams. We had a big conversation about the EA being purchased by the Saudis in the office hours. And basically, my advice is don't buy EA games. If you can get away, if you can find a way to get EA games that isn't reliant on Origin or their back-end servers, do it now. Because you're not gonna in 5 years those games are gonna be gone, or they'll try to resell them to you in some way because they don't give a fuck. Yeah, especially if they're physical, because you ain't getting it back. Like, that company is dead. EA is going to be a dead company by 2030. EA is going to be gone. That's why I'm not buying Battlefield 6. Like, what's the point of getting a good Battlefield if I can only play it for a year? Yeah, they specifically said they want to use AI slop. I'm sad you weren't at that you were unable to watch the full show there, Jen. Because I was like, man, you must have some friends who are fucked right now. Mass Effect 5 is dead. Sims is dead. Anything that might offend the Saudi government, dead. To be fair, the Saudis didn't buy it for anything other than the FIFA games. They bought it for FIFA. Because they wanted to have control of the official FIFA game so that they can monitor and regulate like how they're seen in the FIFA world. They're going to shut down Sims 3 and 4 too. Currently, EA has currently not the FIFA license. Don't they do the FIFA Ultimate Team?
Kind of thing that turn a regular guy into a legend. You know what I mean?
They do. They have all the FIFA games.
You hear about the latest Vandal raid? I try not to let it get to me, but sometimes I just can't help think, what if that happened here?
License is lapsed. They lost the FIFA license. Ooh. Did anyone tell the Saudis?
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Even of course they wanted more money because like the reason why people bought it was because it was a FIFA game. There's no armor shop here, so I'm gonna have to go to Hurston. If Battlefield collapses, who do you think it could be sold to? It depends, because I could see a lot of companies ending up, the companies that are under EA, ending up becoming their own companies, spin-off companies.
You can take
2K games had us FIFA. Oh,
You can take away my space
man, talk about
suit.
Monopoly.
You can even take away my space lasers.
No PPUs.
But you can never,
Never.
ever
Ever.
take away my space game.
No, but I don't want all of that stuff. I want a specific backpack.
Senali just resubscribed for 61 months.
Thank you so much for that 61 months of support there, Senali. You're very important, Papa. Very impressive, Mr. Very pedestrian. You rock. Shots and cheers in chat, y'all. Shots and cheers. Just saw you scroll through your ASOP terminal. A few ships there, Paul. You'd be surprised how few they actually are. Most of those ships are either stuff that I have for giveaways, because like CIG gives me giveaways, or I bought them for giveaways, or loaners because I have ships. Like, when you buy certain ships, even if the ship is released, you get other ships in your hangar because they assume that they want to be able to make sure you have other availabilities to play. So, like, The only ships I own personally are the Corsair, the F7A Mark II, and I that's an upgrade, so I got it cheaper because I upgraded from a free Gladius. A bunch of I've got 2 Atlases and 2 Atlas Geos. I've got an MTC, and then I have a Perseus, a Merchantman, a Freelancer Miss, and a Freelancer Max. The Max is actually something I got for free. I didn't actually purchase it. And then I think that's it. I might have a couple more ships, like 1 or 2 more ships. So over the course of 10 years, I own like 12 ships. And a lot of those are just, yeah, like I have a Redeemer, but that's not mine. They gave it to me for fucking hating the Redeemer. I don't know what EI is like anymore, but FIFA was 25% of EA's gross when you were there. Yeah. Attention to let know what the EA is going through. One of Emperor Dalmatian's critics. I suspect the new generation is going to learn smooth sounds of Horimatsu Asugama Tsukise Seiyu Yoru. I don't know what that is, but okay. I think I get what that is, but no. So like a lot of the stuff I have is like I've got a Buccaneer. I don't know why I have a Buccaneer, but there's a Buccaneer there. I think I have a Cutlass Black, but I don't own a Cutlass Black. Like it's those sorts of things. I don't have a cat. Like, look at the ships I have, all right? I've got a Hammerhead. I think that's a loaner for the Perseus. I have a Reclaimer. I don't own a Reclaimer. I have a Redeemer. They gave me that. I don't own a Vanguard. I don't know why I have 2 Vanguard Harbingers. I don't own a Vanguard, or a Hoplite, or a Sentinel, or a Warden, or Anvil Arrow. I think this is because this is a PTU. This is probably just my because Evocati get pretty much all the ships. Like I don't own a Hurricane. I do own an F8C Lightning Executive Edition, but that's just because I've spent a lot of money in this game, mostly for giveaways and such. I don't have a C2. I think that's a loaner as well. I do have a Star Runner. That's one of those I do own. I do have an MTC. I have a PTV. I don't own a Wolf. I own a Max and a Miss. I own a Max, and I also own a Starlancer Max and Attack. And a 600, but that was given to me. Again, because I spent too much money on the game. And I do own a Nova. That's about it. Yeah, so, yeah. I used to love the Buck, but I got rid of mine a while ago. Like, honestly, I own too many ships as it is. What's the plan for trusting the tractor beam? I'm gonna go to to Hurston, get a backpack, then pick up a cargo running mission, and then figure out what to do with that. Because it's the hand tractor beam that they changed. Please God, let them sell Respawn. I just really want more Titanfall content. I would love for them to sell the Titanfall IP, but I don't know if they will, because Apex Legends is actually pretty good in terms of their money making. But yeah, most of what EA makes money off of is sports games. FIFA, well, I guess FC now. I'm sure it's still one of their bigger ones. Then they've got Madden, and they've got those two alone. I'm sure give them a ton of money. I only have 3 ships: the Perseus, the 400i, and currently a Wolf that will become a Saber. Nice. How long have you been in the community, Wispin? I've always said that the people who just have an Aurora are the smartest motherfuckers in the entire community. All right, I should probably do that. So the theme for today is, what should you expect from Citizencon? Nice, Wispin. So you've only been around for about 5 years. That's long, but you're one of the newer generations. You're part of the COVID generation that came in. You've created a Pavlovian response now, where every time I click the stream, I want Waffle House. Go get Waffle House. I should get sponsored by Waffle House.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
I bought the Andromeda starter pack back in 16, went away from the game until January of this year. Now I've got a Pioneer, Orion, Ironclad, Perseus, and still looking for a daily driver. Shit! You fell down that hole hard. Because you got an Andromeda for pretty cheap. Wasn't it only a couple $100? It was it's like $150 or something like that for the old Andromeda. Oh, see, a Waffle House. There's a Waffle House. It's like 10 minutes away from my house. It might be a little longer. And there are more and more being made all the time here in Austin, so there's like 2 more that are being built. A friend was playing it on Discord, so I hopped in and looked pretty great. A week or so later, it was a free fly.
Shield system online.
Oh yeah, the thin and crispy waffles are great. Ever been to Waffle House? Waffle House, you don't go to Waffle House for premium waffles. You're not going there for the best breakfast you've ever had. It's okay. You go there because you get, for the price you pay, you get an insanely good breakfast for the price you pay. Like, to put it into context, a full Waffle House All-Star Special, which is their main big draw, costs the same as a 1 meal at McDonald's. And it has a waffle, bacon, or ham, or sausage, hash browns or grits, eggs, however you like, and toast. And you also get a show too, yeah. The thing that's really important about Waffle House is that Waffle House is also the place where all of the most redneck people you've ever met work. They're nice people, great, but man, do they have some like Jerry Springer level problems. So you show up there at 1 o'clock in the morning and you're going to see the most dramatic show you've ever seen in your life. Waffle House is a PvP enabled zone. It's not even just people go there for fights. It's like the drama that leads up to the fights. It's better than WWE. I'd love to get an update on plans for the economy. I think they have reworked the plan when the crafting and base building are coming. It would be interesting to see if there will be 2 economies. I think there will be. There'll be the player-driven and then the NPC-driven. Because they still want to do the NPC-driven economy. But right now, they're trying to do with what they have. I think the reality is that they know that they need an economy sooner than 1.0. And they won't have the full dynamic economy completely finished by 1.0. So they have an economy team specifically dedicated to...
Would you please contact the front desk to let us know where you spotted them? Thanks.
Might have a quiet experience. I might be bad at Helldive on difficulty 10. Whew. Good luck. So the people that never hooked up at the end there, so many late night clientele are drunk, horny, and feeling rejected. Hair trigger for a scene. Yeah. To be fair, Waffle House is simply part of a long tradition of having a fight after at ungodly hours in the morning. That is human as fuck. I mean, I'm not going to share it with you because I don't know the status upon which it's shareable because of the Discord that it's actually in. Ooh, kill and collect. So they actually have the full mission stuff up here, which is neat. So I didn't see that. Where do I have to pick it up? Everest Harbor. Okay, so it's here. Sweet. Starseeds was the Waffle House for the alternative crowd in Austin. Yeah. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's gone now, like almost everything that made Austin not Dallas. Back in the Keep Austin Weird era. I have a feeling that's going to end up coming back to... It'll come back to that. The number of, like, companies that have straight up fucking bounced from Austin is pretty high. There's gonna be a lot of empty office buildings soon. Isn't there a similar fast food place as well where people go to riot in the morning after leaving bars? I mean, there's Denny's. You wind up at a Denny's. But Denny's sucks compared to Waffle House. Seems a lot snappier. Yeah, it's definitely a lot snappier right now. So the Waffle House Index is a thing. Those Waffle Houses are the last places to close down if there's a natural emergency. Gotta say, Astro, I love your content. The lore stuff is pretty amazing. I was going to listen to while playing. Thanks for making it. Rarely catch you live to say. Well, thank you for coming on. I do plan on doing another lore video. It's been kicking my ass recently, so I might end up releasing my compilation video on the ships of the UE Navy first, but we'll see. I do want to get the video out this weekend, so I might sit down and do a bunch of stuff after the captain's table's done. Yeah, it's always open. I think it closes like 7-Eleven. It does have times when it closes, but it's just very rare to see it closed. This definitely feels better. But also doesn't feel as weighty is the problem. Before, it actually felt like you had weight, like you were carrying weight. If there's more variability, maybe, with the larger and smaller containers. Hey, I like Denny's. Won't take no sass from no bartender. Not that Denny's. The problem at Denny's is that Denny's is too expensive to be cheap anymore. Like, I ain't spending $20 at a fucking Denny's. Especially when I go to fucking Waffle House. For like half that. Love your lore videos. I know your content in these times. Thank you for your content in these trying times. I recently got replaced by AI, an artist and a dev. Fuck. So I have some time to enjoy it. Good luck, man. Waiting for a couple of months and they'll call you back. Desperately waiting for you because the AI fucking sucks or something. It's a redone Apollo. It's the Apollo. It's the Apollo with the interior gutted. That's all it is. My guess is they also took out the like little airlock in the back, so you load it in through the ramp. So it's probably a wider ramp, and you just load it in. So with the EA purchase, I'm imagining Battlefield 7 with a Middle East protagonist. White Light, you're much more optimistic than I am. I'm imagining there won't be a Battlefield anymore. There won't be a Battlefield 7. Battlefield is basically dead. Even if Battlefield 6 does really well. If they redone the Apollo to make a new hauler, can they redo the Apollo to make it more useful? What do you mean? It's fine as useful. Its job is to be a ship you can get healed on or you can do regen on. That's what it is. So maybe another company gets its. We'll see, because I don't think the Saudis purchased EA for its gaming library, more for its sports gaming library. Or whoever that was who said that they just got fired. Good luck, buddy. Because like I heard EA, the new owners of EA are basically like, yeah, we're gonna do AI slop everywhere. Nothing but AI slop now. It's like, okay. Remind me to cancel my EA subscription. As someone who's forced out of their government job in April, it's been hell. Yep. Oh, no, they didn't use that word, but it's what they meant. What they were saying was, we would like to fire all of the humans and replace them with robots that we can do what we want with to make video games. Because humans will just buy our shitty video games made by AI, of course, because that's how this works. It's like the first thing they said too, and I'm like, oh, yep, nope, EA's fucked. EA is hyper fucked. It's fine for the CEOs and the C-suites though. They're fucking golden. They got their parachutes, they out. EA has its ups and downs. I refuse to say that EA is this like evil entity that has always been evil. They have their benefit, they have their ups and downs depending on their CEO. Sometimes their CEO is a little bit better, and then when they replace that CEO with they'll usually replace them with somebody who's a little worse. The meme of EA being the evil empire, who's always been the evil empire, has been like, I think that's out of date. Yep, Jilly, yeah, it's 100% true. That's why I'm thinking the Sims stuff is going to get pulled, the first one. Sims 3 and Sims 4 are dead. Like, they'll be like you won't be able to play them. Yes, EA invented microtransactions. CIG has 58 open positions, but you gotta live in Manchester. Normal day in Lorville, I see. Completely normal day.
Hi.
Just another day, huh, officer?
Everything good?
Yeah, totally fine. Absolutely fine. Right, officer? You totally didn't just shoot these random naked people here, right? Because that would be unHurston of you.
Hello.
Be considerate to your fellow travelers. Do not block doors. Trespassing or attempting to trespass on train tracks is a serious and dangerous offense.
No, you see, Paul, they were spreading anti-Hurston propaganda and they had to be dealt with.
Step away from the
There's a community manager job available in Austin. How long has it been there?
next stop, Metro Center. Now arriving, Metro Center. Please watch your step when disembarking the train.
Laura question, what kind of sports are people playing in Star Citizen universe? Or is there a sport? Sattaball! Sattaball is probably the most famous one.
At any time. Welcome to Metro Center. Transfer
Was Star Citizen part of the EA deal? No.
industry line.
Yeah, Sattaball is Australian League's football, but with zero G or low gravity environments. As far as I can tell, there are two versions of Sattaball: zero G and regular gravity. Well, hold up. Okay, I thought he has kind of interesting eyes. Let's see, talk. All right, we're gonna go visit Constantine. Also, there's a new armor shop here. Or is it that the Tamanine Sons now sells armor? They always sold some armor. Caldera.
Hello. How's it going?
It was more like zero G 3D rugby, kind of, but like it says it's Australian rules football. That's what they got. Do they have weapons? They do have some weapons. Oh, they also sell the max lift. Neat. Hurston fails the test, though. They don't sell the best weapon. Of course they wouldn't sell the best weapon. They'd get overthrown in a moment. They do sell grenades, though. There's nothing that says weapons weren't allowed in Hurston. I think they just added them to the pool for the sake of adding them to the pool to make them more even. Because a lot of people weren't going to start in Hurston because of the no weapons thing. So.
Considerate to your fellow travelers. Do not lock doors.
I'll be right back. I might end up being bounced back and forth. We'll see.
Weapons free, y'all.
Now arriving. Central Station. Please watch your step when disembarking the train.
I wasn't going to start in Hurston because Hurston. I know. But there's got to be some advantages for every landing zone, in my opinion. Needs to be some reason why people will do something. Otherwise, there's no reason to make them. The rain's coming through. CBD is all messed up. So these are statues of Archibald Hurston. He is not the founder of Hurston, but he was the youngest Hurston CEO ever. Do you love that the guards here like that? I love the royal look to them. Yeah, Archibald Hurston. The foundations I lay are so we may all stand higher. 2618 to 2689. Oh, he was also the CEOist, yes. Man, this is definitely a PTU. Look how well it's performing. Yes. You are really fucked up, aren't you? Why are y'all hanging out? Okay.
Well, that's fascinating.
record a little bit. I've tricked you, chat. What we're doing here is actually recording footage for the next Galactic Historian. I haven't made a prediction for Citizencon yet. Not yet, but I will after I do a little bit of recording. God, I love the dynamic. I don't even have to like pan or tilt. Just the like movement of the AI around. So nice capturing this in PTU.
Dem biddies.
Damn it.
Everyone be quiet so he can get the script.
All right. Now I gotta actually like turn those off. I got like a most of it okay. I got like a minute. So I actually edit in 1080p. So I'm recording this in 1440. So what I'll do is I'll put this in 1440 and I'll pan across the screen using just like a like you'll see it'll be the full 1440 screen, but over the 1080 footage. So it'll look good, but you'll also be able to like zoom and pan around it without it being super grainy and such. It'd be a great like desktop. My mic might be a little bit crackly. It's because it's being overloaded. Do you think they'll make future choices differently based on the fact that Hurston won the resource event as opposed to the other corps? Probably. I'll talk a little bit and see if that comes through and if that's crackling my voice. Testing my voice. Testing my voice. Do you think they'll make future choices differently based on the fact that Hurston won the resource event as a... Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm a little crackly. Yeah, it's crackly. It's going to be crackly for a bit. It's just the nature of me recording while streaming. I may end up having to buy another video card. That's not the ARC card because I don't think it's... I think that's causing the problems. It's that or my Go XLR. And now my crackly should pretty much be gone here by now. Oh, no. It's also had some drop frames there for a moment. Yeah, Hurston Showroom doesn't sell gimbals.
Well, that's the way it goes, right?
A bunch of new Nick's voice lines just popped up. Interesting. That's when I'm recording is when you see the crackly. It shouldn't happen when I'm doing the captain's table because it's happening because I'm running the game, the capture device, and all these other things going at the same time. Which is weird because like my CPU is better than it was, than the old one was. And my my GPU is better than my old one was. Pretty much this is a straight upgrade from everything else I've had before. It may be the mixer that's the problem. There should be a one on Archibald. Hey, Big Brick.
How's it going? I tell you, crime in this system got way out of control. The cops and adults don't step it up. I'm not going to roll through here with anything less than size 6s, if you know what I mean. If you say so.
Goddamn, Aberdeen lived a long ass time. He lived until 2912. 2821. He was almost, it was like damn near 100. Aberdeen, by the way, is the reason why Hurston Dynamics is. You sure your BIOS settings are optimal for the hardware? It might not be. I'd have to go through and like actually manually tweak and that kind of stuff. But Aberdeen Hurston is the one who actually developed the first antimatter warheads for Hurston. He was a scientist. He was never the CEO, actually. He was just a brilliant scientist. We don't even know what part of the family he's part of. I'm assuming he's related to the Maria Hurston's husband, but we don't know. You aren't going to be making powder to make multi-tools in the future, Shadowstalker. Yeah, I'm actually going to be I'm working on a Hurston lore video. I'm just recording some of the things while I'm here, while I'm waiting.
Yeah, I feel that.
They feel off? Yeah, because they're eventually going to be, you're going to have specific materials to make a multi-tool. So what you have in terms of arrows is the materials just isn't commensurate with the things that go into a multi-tool. I think he technically is. I haven't seen any missions from him, but he's still there. They're apparently trying to bring back the in-person mission givers again. So, hey, Solus, how's it going, buddy? So we're gonna get started here in about 30 minutes. We're also gonna have oh gosh, what's his name? Griffin. Griffin's gonna be here too. I had forgotten that I said, Griffin, you want to come in at this time? He's like, yeah, sure. So, I think the number of moons dictated the number of Hurstons, or the number of Hurstons dictated the number of moons. There are more Hurstons than there are moons. These are the ones that the moons are named after, but there are more Hurstons than there are moons. Like Julius Hurston. And Maria Hurston. All right, this last little recording, and then we'll capture some regular B-roll. Fun fact, Magda is the granddaughter of Maria Hurston. She's also the one who decided that it was who negotiated under her father to actually buy the planet Hurston. Is there an Everest Harbor Hurston? There's probably an Everest Hurston. The thing about Magda that makes her so interesting is that not only was she the daughter of the son of Maria Hurston, so she has this sort of very different view on the Hurstons compared to everybody else, but she also went to UPark, which means that she's a fucking genius. So, like, she's an engineering genius and a ruthless businesswoman. So no wonder she acquired Hurston itself. It also means that she was probably at least somewhat cordial with the current CEO of Crusader. I feel like they would get along quite well when she was CEO. Sorry, I've been around kids all day. Dad jokes are on point. Yeah, I get it. I get you.
What's up on your end?
Was there not a Tessa Hurston? There's no Tessa Hurston that I know of.
Hey.
This is a good one.
Hey there.
It's probably my fault there, honestly. Every time I record, I get some strange drop frames going on. No, but she went to UPark. It's whenever I end the recording that it decides to freak out, I think. See if the drop frames go up. All right, that should be better now. Open. Open.
Hey.
We get the last one, which is right here. All hail the golden Archibald. I think they're referring to the spaceport's names. Oh, what is the spaceport name? I think the spaceport name is named after a citizen, like a player. Riker Memorial. Or is that ArcCorp? That's it. Pray to Mammon. How old was he as the youngest CEO of Hurston? CEO of Hurston, he was born in 2616. There's no indication of when he became CEO. Though my guess would be he was probably in his 20s. He was born in 2618, okay. Yeah, Riker was an old backer who died. Tisa, probably another Hurston. The Hurstons are fucking absolutely egotistical. Everything is named after a Hurston. Everything. God, I love how smooth they are in the PTU. As I say that, they start jittering. doing okay. I wouldn't be surprised if it was 2638 when he took over. That means he would have been 20. Oh, I see what they fucking did. That's something I didn't add. I gotta add that. 2794. I'm gonna give you a quick lore background. This is 2 years after the revolution. Almost certainly, Hurston lost some of its licenses. Not all of them, but at least some of them. So the audio crackle's gone right now, right? Because I'm not recording. Hopefully that's the game. But my theory on the Hurstons is that in 2792, several members of the Hurston family threw in with the rebels. They saw which way the wind was blowing and threw in with the rebels. So there was a Hurston civil war that took place. And one entire branch of the family was fucking killed. Because the Hurstons backstabbed the shit out of each other all the time. Do not tell me they wouldn't go, these people are winning. We're going to go back these people. Not because they actually believed in revolution, but because they believed in money. Cascades are the precursor for the attritions. Yes, attritions are made off of Cascade. So, like they used Cascade lasers, right here, during the Second Tavaran War. So, like, Cascade laser technology was developed in 2603. It's the basis for the Storm weapon, the weapon that's on the Storm. It's a Cascade laser weapon. But because they didn't fully throw down with the revolution, they likely had to have some consequences, and so they lost some of their contracts or were forced to open up their military contracts to civilians. And remember, the revolution wasn't exactly going to be asking for fucking help. or wasn't in the position to snub help where they could get it. I heard the voice say Tavaran. I didn't know. Ooh, perfect. Last one, and then I'll get started. They are a private company. They're an entirely private company, but they're mostly a government contractor. The Hurstons believe that they were descended from ancient weapons makers. The closest that I can tell that CIG based Hurston off of is Beretta. For those of you who don't know, Beretta has been making weapons so long that the Beretta family has no fucking idea when they started making weapons. The first record of Beretta was when the Beretta, some Beretta family member delivered, I think it was like to Venice, like 180 something gun barrels to the city-state of Venice. And this was in 1530 something, like 1536. So they have no idea how old they are. And that's kind of where Hurston is. Hurston claims they were making fucking broadswords. They made broadswords, longbows, and then they made, you know, nuclear weapons and jet fighter craft. But the Hurston Dynamics company itself wasn't founded until the, like, long, long ago. Yeah, don't get it twisted. The Hurstons absolutely tried to kill each other all the time. Like the whole story of Maria Hurston and her husband, who was the actual Hurston, she was just married, but came into Hurston through marriage, is a story of like corporate backstabbing at its finest.
Hey there.
Which is why the whole story that of the story that Wookiee's putting together, that Scooter is actually a Hurston and his grandpa Beauregard is trying to fuck over the Hurstons is 100% like, yeah, that's exactly how the Hurstons would go. Prodigal son showing up with lots of guns and being like, hey, congratulations, I'm in charge now. Does the board have a problem with this? No, of course not. You wouldn't have a problem with this. Because if you had a problem with it, we would have to have negotiations with this gun. And the gun would win. And like, you know, like the UE wouldn't fucking stop that either. Because they don't give a shit as long as the Hurstons keep making them weapons they can use to like survive.
You can take away my spaceship. You can take away my space suit. You can even take away my space lasers.
No big use.
But you can never, ever take away my space game.
Clinticus just resubscribed for 15 months. Hey all.
Hey, how you doing, Clinticus? You're a very important pupper, very impressive, Mr. Very pedestrian. This is your fault. There was one drinking night. Shots and cheers in chat, y'all. Shots and cheers. Ah, yes, the negotiator. Yeah. Well, there's no recorded evidence of the Hurstons killing each other. But there wouldn't be. Why would you be sloppy like that?
Interested in helping with one of Hurston's many charitable efforts? Contact one of our helpful outreach managers and learn today.
Okay, Paul. What the hell do Hurstons sell to the military? Because all I see is bearing. Weapons of mass destruction.
Hey.
Nova cannon on the Slayer cannon on the Nova. Hurston. The bespoke weapon on the Storm. Hurston. the laser cannon on the Idris P, which I know is an aftermarket kit, but don't tell me that shit ain't fucking on some advocacy Idrises. That's Hurston. It's desynced. I'll have to start and restart the stream then here in a moment. The only way I can resync is by stopping and starting the video. Yeah, the Jericho rocket launchers. Yes, they make a lot of warheads too. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm really desynced. Hold on.
Now arriving. Pisa Spaceport. Please watch your step when disembarking the train. Away from the platform edge. Now arriving. Stand by and let passengers disembark before boarding.
All right. For those on YouTube, it'll be. Hold on. Let me fix this real quick. It's gonna take a few minutes.
Hurston Security reserves the right to search travelers at any time. Step away from the platform edge when train is approaching.
All right. I'm gonna stop it and restart it.